Like, it says we're waiting.
Hang on. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, we're live now. Hi,
guys. Hello,
oh my
world.
God. I am so sorry. I forgot to hit the button. B, I hope you're still here. B, I flirted with you really hard and you didn't hear it because you weren't live because I forgot to hit the fucking button. It's not the first time, but oh, God, that set. Dude, we went for like almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I was sitting here and I'm like,
we were talking about wine. Oh, B's like, Julie, all caps. Yes, hi, B. I'm glad you're still here. Purple, I hope you're still here. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
B, just so you know, she did talk about how hot you were.
I did. Oh, Purple's still here. Yay! Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. He's saying hi to me and to you. I'm sorry. They are saying so hi to me and to you. Thank you, Purple. Oh my gosh. Sorry. No, we were talking wine. And Geo Sam's here. Godless Sewing is here. All right.
Hello.
Now that we're fucking live.
Right.
Guys, that was all me. That's not Drew's fault. I was the only one. Drew was just live?
Yeah, well, that's because like you said, there weren't a lot of talking in chat, and I was like, usually people talk and comment on the stuff we say. So then I go to your page on my computer because I'm on my phone.
Nice.
And I click on it, and it's like 3 people waiting.
Nope. Yeah.
And I'm like, waiting? Shouldn't they be watching? Hang on, Julie, are we live?
Nope. We were not. I am so sorry. Y'all missed a whole discussion about wine and how. Okay, it all boils down to drink what you like. That was the essential.
Cheers.
Of it. Yeah, cheers. Cheers to that.
First time Drew's drank wine in years.
Yeah. So it's an interesting. We're having an experiment right now. Oh, and if you hear Drew make a weird sound with a compressed air machine, it's because Drew has a puppy, and puppy is adorable. Oh, puppy sighting! We're getting a puppy sighting.
Hello, Nugget.
Hi.
Hi, Nugget. It's okay, Nugget. Hey, it's okay, Bubba.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. Yes, and by the way, yes, I know he's huge, but yes, he is a puppy. He's gonna get a lot bigger.
He's only 6 months old, and he weighs about 40 pounds. And from what I've read, he's probably gonna gain about 20 more in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big boy. He's gonna be a big boy.
My goal is I want him used to my voice so that when he meets me and then smells me, he's gonna be like, oh, I know who you are. I've heard you.
He's no matter what, if you walk through that door, he's gonna run up to you and act like you're his best friend. Like, that's how he is. He loves people that much.
Yeah, no, that's the great thing about dogs. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I am a diehard cat person. But dogs, like cats, anybody who's had a special relationship, and Purple, like, I'm talking to you. Hey, Harmonica Man. I'm talking to you. If you've had a special relationship with a cat, MB, then you understand that, like, that cat loves you and has your back, but they're very subtle about it. Dogs aren't subtle. Dogs are like, I fucking love you.
You're talking to me.
Who do I need to eat to prove how much I love you? I will. If anyone attacks you, I'll kill it. Like, they're amazing. Dogs are amazing. Yeah. So to the dog people, like Geo Sam has a couple of beautiful freaking dogs. He's in the chat, and any dog people in chat, like, honestly, I respect. I understand. I had a dog growing up. His name was Gus. He was amazing. Okay, so. All right, topic. We have one now that we're live.
Do we?
We do, I swear.
So we're live. Now we got to find what to talk about. Okay.
I've had the roughest day, and it's not the roughest day. I got to tell you, like, there have absolutely been worse days, but today was kind of mundane rough. So I find out. I'm not going to get into the work stuff, but I found out that, like, basically everything I've been working on for the last 2 weeks at work is kind of wrong, and I have to do it all over, which is okay, except that it's been 2 weeks. And it's like, God damn it. I kind of wish I'd known before. Hey, Sandy. Good to see you. So, yeah, so there's some work stress happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then around noon, it's getting on lunch. We've had a lot of talks. We're all talking about what we're all like my team and I. Like, this is just like my guy, like my team and I. Like, we're all lateral employees, you know, we're all on the same level. We're like, what am I going to do about this? I don't know. What am I going to do about this? Like, you know, we're having that talk over, you know, the thing over the internet.
Right.
And it's good because we're communicating and we're trying to help each other out, give each other feedback. And then this thing happens. And basically this is going to get just content warning. This is going to get a little gross. It's not nothing, no one doing anything to anyone else that is harmful, but it's a little gross. So I apologize in advance. But I go to the restroom to pee, and my apartment and the next apartment, these apartments were built in 1947. Okay, so they're old. They share a wall. I hear the bathroom flush next door, which is not abnormal. We all do it. We're people. We all have to go to the restroom, and we all hopefully flush the toilet. So there's nothing wrong with that, right?
As the famous book puts it.
Oh no. Then I hear boo boo from my tub. I'm so sorry you're eating right now. I hear boo boo from my tub. And sewage gurgled up from my tub drain into my tub, into the tub and shower where I bathe normally.
So I gotta say,
shower earlier that morning.
So I've got to say that I never thought the title of the book "Everybody Poops" would also apply to drains in reverse, but
right.
Now I'm not surprised.
Thank you. I didn't either.
We learned something new, huh?
Ew, indeed, my friend. Ew. Yes, that is the.
I'm so glad I have a strong stomach.
Yeah, dudes. Here's the thing. I do have a strong stomach. I do not vomit easily. I almost threw up twice before I got out of there. I managed to open the window, and I got out, and I came back into the room here. Drew's been in my house. He knows well, yeah, I don't think you've been in this one, but it's the same layout as the old one because of COVID. Drew hasn't been in this house, but it's the same layout as the last apartment. So it's the same layout. So I'm in the computer room, right? I'm in the room,
right.
The second bedroom, right, where we have the computer. Hey, Tobin. Yeah. So I open the windows in here. I've got the window open in the bathroom, and suddenly I've got my laptop and everything for work hooked up in here because I'm working from home today, and I'm like, oh no, can't work in here. And I grab the laptop and take it downstairs. I come back up for like my beverage and my cigarettes. And at that point I shut the bathroom door because I'm like, well, the bathroom door is open. No need to let it infect the rest of the house. But even then, by the time I get downstairs, it's all over the downstairs. So as I'm hunting through my phone for the number for the new maintenance company, because remember our place was bought and that's why we had to move units last November. Yeah. So I'm opening the front door and pulling, and there was a wasp. There was a wasp trapped between the doors. Luckily, it was like, I just want out, and I was like, okay, and I
just free me. I won't hurt you.
Exactly, that was its attitude. So I was able to push the door open, and it went on its merry way, and I was able to pull up the storm door and get the and then leave the door open, have the screen. And I did the same thing at the back door. And then I set up my laptop. It's close to the back door, which is farthest away from the bathroom as one can get and still literally be in the house. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I did that. Still not feeling great on the nausea front, but I no longer feel like I'm actively going to vomit. So I'm like, okay, gotta call this one in. So I'm again frantically searching through my phone because here's the thing. the person who was, and I don't even know if she still is. She might be. I don't even know. I'm not naming any names. I'm not saying the name of my apartment complex, although honestly, I fucking should at this point, but I'm not going to because I'm classy. So I was going to call this bitch, right? And she was apparently, but I can't find her number in my phone for sure. And I can't remember what her fucking name is. Because she's like a whatever common white girl name. I don't know. And let's face it, look at me. I've got a lot of common white girl names in my phone. Okay. So I didn't fucking know. So
I'm sitting here like Meredith, Sarah, Susan, right? Janet.
You named like 2 members of my family in that list.
Damn.
Very short. 2 members of my immediate family right in there. Yeah, and they're awesome, but still, I mean, Julie, like, let's go, And so anyway, so I call, I see the old name for my apartments, which is Williamsburg Manor. Oh, Junk Shop's going to be so angry that I even said that because they're like very safety conscious and I am not safety conscious enough. Anyway, so I say the old name of my apartment. I find it in my phone. I call them up and I'm like, and they're like, for a maintenance emergency, select 2. And I do. And I'm like, there is raw sewage in my bathtub. I don't know what to do. My name is Julie, blah. And here's my phone number, blah. And I live at blah, right? And
fix my stuff.
All the information. Here's all of my information. The important part is raw sewage in my bathtub. That's the important.
Right. Look, let me get rid of all the pleasantries and let me cut to the chase. There is sewage in my tub. Get it out.
Shit in the tub that's, I mean, I was about to say that's not mine, but how would that be better? Talking about it.
I'm sorry, but I don't recognize the specific turds that are in my bathtub. You might want to come check it out.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. And so they come up, so I call and immediately Patrick, I can say this in good confidence because I'm not outing him in any way. Patrick, the maintenance man who was our maintenance man before this place got bought by other people, calls me in less than a minute. Do you believe this? I left an email on a voicemail with the people who no longer own this property and the maintenance man on call because he remembered us and liked us and felt bad, called me in under a minute. Patrick, yes. All hands for Patrick, absolutely.
Seriously, like that's excellent human being right there.
Beyond the Call of Duty for sure. Oh, sorry. There's nothing good that's gonna come out of this. Anyway, so I'm talking to Patrick and he's telling me, I'm so sorry, I can't, like I legally can't do anything because we're not, we don't have the, and I'm like, no, it's fine. It's so nice to hear your voice. How are you? And we spend this moment, we spend not a moment. We spend a good half hour, like catching up. And he's like, yeah, we get so many calls. We've gotten so many calls from the phone. Or do you know your apartment manager has changed her number twice since she acquired the property? I was like, no, I did not know that because I haven't had.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like, and I said, it's like they want us all to leave, and he said, oh, I can guarantee you they do. Like that's absolutely what they want. They want you all to leave, and I was like, well, I'm not defaulting on my lease. I'm not going to be stuck with like rent somewhere else and paying rent here for an empty place, So. That was kind of where it went, and then I get a call that comes in as I'm wrapping things up with Patrick, and it's Savannah. Shout out to Savannah, who was the receptionist, not receptionist. That's not fair. I'm sorry. Assistant property manager is her actual title. I apologize. You are more than a receptionist, Savannah. Not only that, you are a lovely human being. She called me too. And I missed that first call because I was finishing up with Patrick. I tried to call back. She immediately was calling me back. Like she was playing phone tag with me. Again, I don't pay her salary anymore. I don't contribute financially to her livelihood in any way. But you know what she tells me? I get on the phone and she says, Miss Voice, I'm trying to say my last name anymore, but I just did, so fuck it. Anyway, Miss Voice, I'm trying so hard. She said, I am so sorry this happened to you. I've already called the other company and I've sent them an email just to follow up, and I will send them another one if they don't get back to me by 4:00. And I'm like, Savannah, you're not only an angel, but also you don't have to do this. Like, you don't have, and she's like, I know, but it's just, they never call and they never answer, and we get calls all the time from you guys. And, you know, we remember all of you, and it's sad. And she's like,
you've got to give huge props to that company, because, you know, they're not only going above and beyond when they own the property. Now they're sitting here and they're like, people call us so often, we're going to help them get in touch with these assholes who are screwing this up.
Absolutely. So for that, I got to shout out the Highlander Apartments in Memphis, Tennessee. If you are a student or a person or a single person, you just need a low income, nice but very small, they're 1 bedroom only, apartment to rent, go to the Highlander Apartments on South Highland, just south from Highland and Poplar, and rent from those people, because they are damn good landlords. These are the people who got back with us long before the people who actually own the place did, like literally an hour or more before. Yeah, so it was just a mess. And then the guy came over, and the maintenance man, and I don't want to throw him under the bus either because he was so nice, but motherfucker lied to my face. He tried to tell me that they had put a bunch of chemicals in my neighbor's pipes recently because they were having clogging issues in the tub, and we share pipes. I was like, I understand that. I've lived in these apartments for way more than a decade. Like, I get that. And he told me, I asked him, I was like, is there any way that those chemicals could smell like that? And he looked me right in the eye and said, yes. No, they are not. I called a friend of mine who has worked with plumbers, and I said, are there any plumbing chemicals that smell like sewage? And they were like, nope. No.
Yeah, no.
Not even remotely. And I was like, okay, thank you. Like, I was just like, wow, you just, and then I got an email. This is the beautiful part. And then Drew, I want to hear your leak story. I know I've been.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
It's nowhere near as shitty a situation. Let me be frank.
But because that is the growth part.
Yeah.
So then so this happened at 1:19 p.m. I got this email, which is literally about 25 to 30 minutes after the maintenance man lied to my face. And again, he was so nice. I'm not going to even say his first name. He was very nice, but he did lie to my face. And I know that because he told me it was just chemicals. He'd figure it out. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm being rude. Maybe I think he was lying, and he just didn't know.
I think you're being too nice. I'm not going to lie.
No, Joel thought I was
nice guy lied to my face. These two things do not belong.
Yeah, no. Joel thought he went up there and like just sprayed the shower on the tub because it had already pretty much kind of, you know, I mean there were remnants, but it had already kind of, you know, it wasn't sitting in a pool anymore. And he just sprayed the shower and was like, no, it's because of these chemicals, and that's what you were smelling. I'm like, no, motherfucker, that is not what I was smelling. But anyway, so we get this email from the apartment company, and it says the construction manager just notified me. Now keep in mind, yes, we are under construction, and I think they fucked up, and that's why this is all happening. But the construction manager just notified me of the water issue that is causing a water shutoff. The water issue that is the most passive sentence. Oh my God. Okay. He has already called a plumber to the community to get the problem resolved. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please let me know if you have any questions. Now, I can tell you, this was sent at 1:19 p.m. As of now, the water has not yet been shut off. So I emailed them back like 2 hours ago, or not quite 2 hours ago. I emailed them back about 6:30, and I said, hey, that's awesome. And as someone who had raw sewage in her tub earlier today, I am not against this plan. I'm all for it. But can we get like a timetable on the water shut off part?
Seriously.
Because that is kind of important for like survival. And I mean, I'm not going to desiccate overnight or whatever, but like I need to know when the water's going to be shut off.
Yeah.
Nothing. Now, granted, I did send that after business hours, but I also didn't see the email until after business hours, because while all of this was going on, when 1 o'clock, when my lunch break ended, I had to go back to work.
Right.
You know, so I was working the whole afternoon and into the early evening. So it was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my fucked up gentrification. They clearly just want us to all leave. And if so, just let us out of our leases.
Right. Just end the lease. Let me go.
Lease. I'll find a new place to rent. Whatever. I'm employed now. It's fine. But okay. So what was your? You had a horrible.
I'm still having.
Oh my God! Still?
Actually, if you look right up there.
Oh God, you guys!
So let me start. Let me weave you all a tale. Let me take you back to ancient times. Right, October of 2019. The most ancient and sacred of times. And so October of 2019 was when this nonsense started.
What?
It started.
I'm sorry. Did you say 2017?
2019.
Okay, that's better.
October. Not by much.
No, I know. It's 2021, but it's a little better. Go ahead.
So October of 2019. I found this kind of by accident one day because I came in, it was pouring down rain, and I kept hearing
in the chat.
Yeah, you're telling me, harmonica man. So I hear the sound of water hitting something, and I'm like, what is it? And I'm looking around the apartment, I'm looking around the living room.
I'm sorry,
and then I look up.
Let me interrupt you for 2 seconds. I apologize. No, it's cool. Purple, it's cool. My job's really awesome, and you don't have to start a fundraiser. We're already preparing. We are already prepared to move. So no worries. But thank you. That is lovely, and you're amazing. Okay. Sorry, I didn't want anybody to start raising money when it's not. No, there are people who need it right now. So please give to them generously. We're good. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, Drew.
No, you're fine. So I'm hearing the water. I'm hearing the leak, and I'm desperately looking around to try to figure out what's getting hit with water, because I've got electronics all over the place. I've got an arcade cabinet. I've got a shelf full of old game consoles, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh God, what of my things is getting destroyed?
Yep.
And unfortunately, it wasn't anything of mine.
Oh no!
It was leaking onto the cat tree.
Oh no!
Which is fine. We were able to get it out of there before it actually got water damaged.
Okay. So no moldy cat tree then?
No moldy cat tree. In fact, it's still sitting there, covered in boxes.
Oh well, that happened to it.
That's a story for another day.
It is.
Anyways,
it's a good one, but yeah, it's a story.
So we go back, and I'm calling over and over and over to send maintenance. Maintenance looks at it, and they're like, it must be something up on the roof. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, no, actually, let me start off with, I put in the maintenance request, and I specifically said there was a leak in my ceiling. Ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
These morons came in, looked at the ceiling, Sealing, of my window, and busted my damn window by accident.
Are you what?
Yeah.
So ceiling and ceiling? I didn't realize there was a reason for the homophone spelling, but there is. These are homophones, and they're important. It's
I'm sitting
important.
here like, and what I think is funny is when I called in, they asked me if I used the other spelling. And then I printed it out and I emailed it to them and I was like, can you tell me if I used the wrong spelling? Because I thought the C one was the one up in the air.
It is.
Yeah, I thought so.
Former English professor, it is. I mean, I can't say that my spelling is always perfect, but yeah, I know the difference between CEIL. I know the difference between ceiling and ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. And
even though I didn't spell that just then.
So the next time I put in the work order, I made sure to make sure they read it right. AKA, I put ceiling in all caps and mentioned that it's up.
Up.
Not window.
Not window. By the way, I mean,
so they fixed the window. The leak, on the other hand, they had to wait for roofers to come in and see what the problem was with the roof. Let me tell you this: the roofers have been here on at least 10 separate occasions.
Jesus.
They have probably put the same level of shitty patching on it multiple times, and it still leaks. Sometimes it takes a week or two for it to start leaking again, but it starts again. And then the company, the freaking leasing office has the audacity to tell me after about the 5th or 6th time, and I say, hey guys, maybe there's a bigger problem. You guys aren't fixing it. Well, are you sure it's the same leak?
Oh,
and I'm like,
that even matter? A, yes, and B, does that even matter?
So are you telling me that I'm getting 6 leaks that are leaking in the exact same spot on my ceiling that is now starting to collapse? And then here's another part of it that I love. So they said they got it fixed at one point, and I'm like, great. What are you going to do about my ceiling? So they cut about a square yard out of the freaking sheetrock on the ceiling, not only in that corner, but on the adjacent corner in the bedroom, because there was water leaking through the wall there. And they left it there for about a month until they could get someone to replace the sheetrock. Okay. And guess what? The leak has started again.
So you have mold at that point.
Yep. I've been spraying bleach to keep the mold at bay.
Mold has happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, hang on. We're going to check in. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No.
I put in a maintenance order for a broken kitchen light fixture, and they sent a plumber. Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
And the funny thing is, it was purple. Dude, you probably could have fixed that yourself. Purple is like a handy person. Like, purple knows everything. Like, but, that's lame. I am so sorry. Okay, please continue.
So, it's just been agitating. And then, I'm not an asshole about things. Like, I'll call and say, hey, I'm just trying to follow up. It's been like 2 weeks since I've heard anything about this. Can you tell me if you guys have any estimate on when someone's coming out here to look at this again? And the there's one guy that motherfucker. His name's Andrew. He sits in the front office, and I call him Mr. Unfortunately, because he never gives you a direct answer. It's always, well, unfortunately, we're not in control on when our vendors come out. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, motherfucker.
How?
Stop being a dick about it. All I am asking. I'm just like, stop being a dick about it. All I'm asking is if you guys have made any headway.
Yeah, and also, I must ask again, how are they not in control of the people that they employ to come tend to their property?
Well, they're apparently having to get like an outside roofer to come and look at it and do all this shit. And I'm like, guys, this has been going on since October of 19. I have work orders. I have pictures. What the hell?
I got floor this morning.
And the thing about it is they won't let me out of my lease. They won't move me to another unit. They won't even reduce my rent. I have tried reaching out not only to them, I have tried reaching out to the customer service for the 18 Capital Group that fucking bought this place out.
Hey, Kevin.
And all 18 Capital Group says is, hey, you should call the leasing office. And I'm like, why would I be calling you if I could just call the leasing office?
Thank you. It's like, bitch, what do you think I've been doing? Oh my God.
Is there not anybody? Is there not like a regional person above them? No, you just have to call the leasing office.
No. Okay. All right. So at this point, we clearly need lawyers. So if anyone in the chat knows a good real estate lawyer and knows what we do to get out of these situations, please let us know. Drop links. Let me know if you need a. Let me know if you need a. What's it called? A spanner. Let me know if you need to be a mod. I will make you a mod if you can drop a link to a good lawyer. This is messed up, man.
Yeah.
Up. And I know we're not. I mean, you know, obviously we're white people, so this is not. We're not the first people this has happened to. We won't be the last. We're just shocked because it's us, but also we're shocked because. I'm sorry. I don't mean to draw you into my 40-something stuff, but no, it's not just that we're shocked that it's us. It's just that it's like, wow, I've never really been dealt with like this before, and that's why I call this episode. Well, I think I called it. I'm not sure what I called it, but that's also why, like, I refer to the term gentrification. And I realize that absolutely affects neighborhoods of color way more than.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. But I live in a very mixed complex. They're, you know, black, brown, Asian, what have you. Everybody lives here, and something I was talking about with Savannah and with Patrick today, the people from the old management company, that the new management company doesn't even seem to understand, is that it's like they were bringing it up, stuff that Junk Shop and I have been saying to each other for months and months and months, is that these people don't understand where they are, and they don't understand the economic level at which people who rent these apartments, you know, rent them. The majority of the renters of these apartments are students, retirees, and then the occasional weird couple like us who's like, you know, looking at getting near middle age and hasn't decided to rent or buy a house yet. Like that's what it is. And we have lots of black tenants, we have lots of brown tenants, we have lots of tenants, you know, it gay, straight, what have you. It's actually quite a lovely community that we built, and they're destroying it, and it's really frustrating. And they're already renting my old place, and because they put a washer and dryer in it, and to them that justified doubling the rent. Oh my gosh, here's the other fun thing I found out, Drew.
What you got?
You know, I bitched to you about the paint job.
Yes.
How hideous it is. Like, they painted these it's like piss yellow and white, and it's horrible. Yeah, it turns out, according to my previous landlord, that's against code, and they're gonna have to redo it all over again because they didn't find out that they were painting against building code. I mean, you know, karma's a bitch.
Seriously.
It kind of made me happy. It really did. I was like, I mean, I'm not a big Schadenfreude fan.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, but like this past year and everything that's happened since, I'm just like, fuck you. If you stepped on anybody to get anywhere since the pandemic started, fuck your face. I don't care. Yeah. And so I'm just like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm so glad. I hope they have to spend so much money repainting and redoing. I mean, you should have seen when we went to sign the lease. You know, Junk Shop is the master of paperwork, right?
Yep.
Master. So I'm distracting her with chit chat, right? I'm learning like her kids' names and shit. Or whatever. I'm learning her kids' names and shit they like and shit she's
being social. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm being social. I'm being the social extrovert because I can play that part. while Junk Shop is very slowly and meticulously reading every single line of the lease we're about to sign, and it takes over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It starts to get a little frustrated, and I'm like, "Tell me about your daughter's soccer team," and it just keeps going, and Junk Shop found like 4 or 5 places where stuff was wrong, and they were like, "It needs to be crossed out and rewritten, and you need to initial it." So I mean, can't you just see it? Like I'm like, and they're like, no.
I actually got really lucky one time. This reminds me of a story with my lease. So last time I renewed my lease was before we got Xavier, before we got the cat, before we got any of the pets.
Oh yeah.
They fucked up.
Ooh.
They removed the pet fee on the lease. So it said my pet fee was 0. And we had all signed it. And I told them, I'm like, hey, I'm getting a cat. Add it to my rent. And they're like, okay, well, there's a $300 fee. I'm like, read my lease. There's not a $300 fee. To which they were like, well, we'll honor that. I'm like, you better honor it. You fucking signed it.
It's a fucking contract, bitch. It's legal.
And long story short, that's also the excuse that got us the dog. So
nice. I like it.
Made me feel good because I'm sitting here. I'm like, I don't have to pay $600.
Exactly, just to have like companion animals, which is insane. It's an insane amount of money. They don't. I mean, okay, yes, we do have the banister in our old place and in our current place. Like you could tell that they'd had dogs because the banisters were chewed up.
Mm-hmm.
But you paint over that shit and you move on. It's not the end of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess you could argue, like, if they're like in our old place, you remember because you were there, the bottom floor and the top floor all had hardwood from the 1940s, hardwood floors, like vintage hardwood floors, and those I would understand you wanting some insurance against those getting fucked up by like maybe dog nails or something,
right?
But here, the hardwood is only real on the second floor. On the bottom floor, it got fucked up enough that they put down this crappy laminate shit that it's. I mean, it wasn't even like I took pictures as we were moving in of everywhere that it was already fucked up because I was like, "There's no way they're getting me for this. They're not, and they are not like gonna try and charge me some kind of fee."
Right.
That I had nothing to do with. Like there are 2 spots in the kitchen where apparently someone set the kitchen linoleum on fire before we moved in. I've got pictures of all of them. I was like, no, I did not do that. Like, I mean, it could happen, and I could do so. I mean, I'm the person who wears black most of the time because I can't not wear my food and or beverages on my clothing. It happens all the time, but. I'm not going to pay for shit I didn't do.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right, let's check in with the chat. They've been saying lots of things. Harmonica Man says you can buy my house, but you need a snow blower. Love you, no thank you. I'm
sitting here like I like snow.
I like snow, but I like Memphis snow. You know what I mean? I like it.
I don't know if I like Memphis snow.
You know what? Okay, if you guys don't know, Drew is referring to a freak snowstorm we had in March.
A whole week.
A whole week.
I lost a whole week of work, and I had to use vacation time for it.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like, if you were not a salary, and I had just gotten a new job. For the first time in almost a year, I had a job. I was supposed to start that Monday, and I couldn't start until the following Monday. I didn't get paid for that snow week. I mean, it was weird, but it was also kind of terrifying. You couldn't drive anywhere. None of us know how to fucking drive on this shit. We had over a foot of snow in Memphis, Tennessee, y'all. I don't know if you fully grasp the situation, like B might. Gio, you're from New York. Tobin, I don't know where you're from. It's cool, but like Kevin, I don't know. But like it shut our city down. I mean, we live in a city where half an inch of snow will shut the city down. We have one snowplow for the entire city, and
everywhere else had bulldozers.
And everywhere else had bulldozers. That's right.
Small little bear cats. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, absolutely. And those are all privately owned. So like,
yep.
The businesses that could afford it hired bulldozers to bulldoze the snow up into these like 6-foot drifts.
You cut your head there.
On the side of the sidewalk. And it was, I mean, Junk Shop took a picture. It's probably on their Instagram if you want to see it. But they took a picture of them standing next to one of these snowdrifts that have been bulldozed, and it's like well over their head. And they are not, I mean, they're not super tall, but they're not super short either. It was weird.
Right.
It was weird. Yeah. So
can I interrupt this for just 1 second?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So just a reminder that this dog is a puppy. But sometimes I get concerned about him. Look at how his head is literally underneath the wheel of my freaking chair.
Don't move, I guess. He's fine.
Oh, I'm not planning. Okay, he moved his head. I wasn't planning on moving, but I just kind of looked down and I'm like, dude.
I saw his eyes open. Like he's aware of where he is.
I'm just looking down. I'm like, dude. You good? You good, bro?
I'm concerned. Yeah. Okay, Tobin can't picture that much snow because he's in Texas. Okay, fair enough, Tobin. Purple says that he's never lived south of Chicago. I'm sorry, they've never lived south. Blah, 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 blah. Purple, I'm getting used to your pronouns. I apologize. They've never lived south of Chicago, and bulldozers have steel tracks that do serious damage to the pavement. Yes, I would imagine so.
Now, here's my point. Can they really screw up Memphis roads anymore?
Yeah. And then Geo Sam said a cat would never do that, but I don't know. I've known cats to do some pretty stupid shit. Okay, so Harmonica Man says, I was a master plowman.
Master plowman.
That's oddly hot. I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's making me nervous.
Years ago, I taught 3 counties and hundreds of companies how to plow snow. I moved to NC, New York City, and was embarrassed, or North Carolina, and was embarrassed for them. Yeah, no, I would be too in North Carolina. That makes more sense. Yeah, you'd be embarrassed here too. It's embarrassing. Thank you, Purple. Purple says I'm not used to the pronouns yet myself. So okay, cool. All right. Well, as long as I didn't, yeah. So it was madness. Yeah, we had a week of a foot of snow, and we didn't know what to do with that. The job that I have closed for a week for the first time in 12 years. Like in their existence, they had never closed for that long, and they, it was very like even during COVID, like they did furlough people and they had to do all the awful COVID things. But even then they didn't. And I remember that first Monday morning when it was snowing and sleeting, Junk Shop drove to their new job because they were one of the first people in the office, start work at 8, and nobody was, and they tried calling, nobody was there yet. So they were like, okay, well, I'm going to go in because nobody's told me not to, and brand new job, So like they've been at the job for a week. So they were like, gotta go. So they went in, they left early. I think they gave themselves an hour to get like what is literally normally a 6-minute drive down the road. And it almost took that long. And also we had to get them new windshield wipers because they had heat and everything. Yeah. So yeah, destroyed their windshield wipers. But they got there, they got to work. And then 15 minutes after 8 o'clock, I get a text on my way home. No one else is here. And I was like, okay. And so they got home and I was like, well, did you at least get like some brownie points for trying, and I said, yeah, she seemed happy that I showed up, but we were the only two who even managed to get there. Like everybody else, like they tried but could not get there because they lived farther out.
Right.
And, yeah. So it was an absolute no-go. Yeah.
It's like, good luck, survive.
Yeah, good luck, survive. Go back home.
Is a you proper.
Oh my God. All right. Well, oh, sugar. All right. So we've been going for 45 minutes. I think I'm going to call it about here, guys. Unless, Drew, do you have anything else you want to? They still haven't fixed that fucking hole in your ceiling? Because we could see it.
Yeah, I literally showed it to you.
I know, and it's been since October of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in well over a year, and we're eventually okay. When is your lease up? Can you move before?
Actually, between you and me, I renewed the lease, so that way I didn't have to move anywhere else while I was transitioning this one out.
Got it. Yeah, no, fair. All right. Well, on that note, Drew's gonna be living with that crack for a while.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I won't have any more waste in my bathtub.
Seriously,
that's so freaking gross, man. I can't.
Yeah, like
I'm not a good. I tried. I did think of some like really gross jokes, and I was like, I just can't. It's so gross. It's like maybe if I wasn't living it, I'd be fine. But
right.
Anyway, all of which to say, y'all, thank you so much for coming. Pardon me. Wow. Okay. Like, it's been a long day and it's been rough. So, deepest thanks to my patrons. They are A Bit of Tea in Danish, Captain Kimothy the Bold, Mark Caesar, the man from down under, Santi the Sane, Microraptor, Ox, Godless Granny, the gracious and glorious Lavender Lady, Junie the Apostate, and PJ Smith. Thank you all so much. You make this channel go. You help me support the artists I like to support because, let's face it, it's basically one big virtual tip jar at my level. So that's what happens. But I really appreciate it, and thank you. And to everybody who showed up tonight, Purple Runs with Orange, Geo Sam, my other D&D buddy, Harmonica Man, Tobin Templeman, you are lovely. Harmonica Man, who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Scrolling up. Kevin Chaos, Spooky Bed Hair. You guys could only see like one of my eyes. It was so that was weird. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Then make me look weird. Your job, Drew. Made me look less weird. Okay. B, of course, the gorgeous and wonderful and awesome B. And Godless Sewing and Sandy the Sane. And yes, I think that is everyone. If I missed you, I apologize. But I think that's everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. And thanks for hanging with Drew and I. Drew will, of course, be back because Drew's amazing. And so, yeah. So on that note, we're going to raise our glasses. Drew, you got your glass?
I got my glass.
All right, we're going to raise our glasses. And I'm going to say, remember, you can't find truth in wine, but you may find it in reason. And love from Memphis, y'all.